We are Maria
and Nicole. We're two secular homeschooling moms that have
been there, done that.
Encouraging kids to learn how to cook is an invaluable life skill that extends far beyond the kitchen. It's a journey that introduces them to the basics of nutrition, math through measurements, science and understanding how ingredients interact, and creativity in crafting their culinary creations. Cooking also helps kids gain confidence and the importance of following instructions.
Beyond the practical skills, it can be an opportunity for bonding. Families can spend quality time together in the kitchen, sharing stories and creating lasting memories. You know, we always talk about cultivating curiosity and exploration, and a lot of homeschoolers find this happening in the kitchen as children experiment with recipes and flavors. And this kind of exploration can spark a passion that can last a lifetime. Learning to cook empowers kids, and giving them the tools and opportunities to present their creation really gives them a sense of pride. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the many skills your kids can learn in the kitchen. We're going to be talking about some basic foods everyone should know how to make, especially when your kids go off to college or move into their own home. And we have some really great resources and cookbooks that will help guide you as you teach them these new skills.
And as usual, we want to stress that our podcast is an inclusive space for your everyday parents that are looking for education options. We are not here to convince you to homeschool. We want to stress that you need to do what works for your child and for your family.
Every family is different.
Absolutely. And you know your children best. So feel free to take what advice or information you get from here that works for you and chuck the rest.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Maria. How are you doing?
I am well. I hear you're a little raspy.
I am. I've been fighting a respiratory thing. Again. Didn't I just have one?
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry. It's that time of year. I'm glad that you're not sick anymore. It's all coming out now. And
I know. It's nuts.
In your voice.
Yeah. You know, this time of year, I'm usually traveling. It's now Jill's turn for her regional for Irish dance. I was out at Jack's in Phoenix a couple weeks ago, and now hers is here. But it's in Dallas this year, which is so nice. Usually I'm on like I'm in Florida or Greensboro, North Carolina, or somewhere else. So I'm at least happy to be home.
Well, it is nice to be home, especially now. I've got all my house decorated.
I know. It looks so cute when I came in.
I do my little Christmas village every year, and I keep adding to it. And it goes on the back of my piano, and It's in the center of my house, and I love it there. But I keep buying things, so it's I need a bigger piano.
Did you see my buy? I decided to start a Christmas village this year.
You did?
Yeah, I only have one piece.
What do you have?
It's an Aldi store.
Oh my gosh, the Aldi Aisle of Shame. I know you're on the Aisle of Shame Facebook group.
It's the best group on the internet.
It is. It's got like 2.5 million people.
Oh my gosh.
The people are hysterical.
It is. It's all the funny. You know who I feel like they're all from? Do you remember like years ago, like somebody started an opposite of Etsy page called Regretsy?
No, I
Oh my
don't.
gosh, it was like craft people, but it was all really funny. And it was great. It was this awesome community. Everybody was so clever and hilarious. And then I don't remember what ever happened. It disbanded. But anyway, I'm like, I feel like it's all the Regretsy people like moved over to the Aldi Isle of Shame group.
Oh, it's so funny. And you had a picture pop up with your kids and your dogs all in matching sweaters. And all of a sudden I looked down and it wasn't your personal Facebook page.
It was on the Isle of Shame.
It was on the Isle of Shame page.
No, and there's people that are like full-on celebrity. There's this lady from South Carolina on there. She does all the outfits that come through Aldi. And like she has a Christmas tree that's up all year long, but she decorates it for each season. I can't wait to see her pictures always because I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do a tree for this season? And she does it and it's awesome. And her outfit is also like totally killer like all the time.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't joined the Aldi, if you go to Aldi, you have to be a part of this Facebook group. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so do you have an Aldi store? Because I will keep an eye out on my multiple trips to Aldi a week.
Oh yeah. So do you have your decorations out yet?
I have my fall decorations put away and I have my front porch done because my outdoor light guy, my neighbor, makes us all do outdoor lights. So he came yesterday. So I got that up in the morning.
Nice. Well, and if you're getting any packages, any surprise Christmas presents, your delivery guys can see all the pretty things on your patio.
Maria, don't stress me out. I know that you're done probably with your shopping already.
100% done. You know, I do my something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. My kids get 4 gifts and then their stockings. And I usually do a family gift or some sort of an experience.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm done.
Oh my gosh. No.
I drive you crazy, don't I?
You do. I mean, starting next week, I'll be fine. That we can talk about. We can get me all pressured up then.
You have a big Irish dance competition to get through, so and it always comes together for you. You always do such a great job.
And 2 of my kids already have gotten me their PowerPoint presentation lists of gift quests, so I have those ready to go. And I did buy a couple of everybody wanted like some kind of hairdryer thing that was on Black Friday sale. So I did already pick up a couple things, but
there were some great Black Friday deals. Sometimes if I want something in my home and I know it's something I can kind of wait on, I'll wait till Black Friday and I can save a ton of money just on things for me.
Well, and I'm a big coupon stacker, like online. I like to find the online deals and all of that. So I do try and do a lot of that. So I did do my holiday card.
Oh, that's
which was
good.
the picture that you saw on the Aldi page that I was trying to get a picture while all my kids were at home.
That was adorable. And we've started our Advent. I made our family experience kindness cards and they're free. You can download them from our website. And we started our Advent. So, yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I finished my over-the-top hot cocoa / coffee bar this year.
I saw your TikTok. It was awesome. I still need to learn how to make a TikTok so I can do my hot cocoa. I was like, this looks really elevated, like my hot cocoa bar. So I'm going to have to add lights to mine now.
I elevated it. I added all these syrups to it for the coffee flavors. And I got this really cute wooden stand and the glass bottles with all the flavors and my label maker.
It was super cute.
I love it. I love to make it. And, I have teenagers that roll in and out of my house all the time. And it's a fun thing. And my adult friends, they're like, okay, where's the Baileys? Let's jam this up. I'm like, well, this is the teen version. But when y'all come over, we're going to step it up.
I know. I have a friend who gave me a bunch of, she's like, I know you always do a big coffee bar. I've got all this extra hot cocoa stuff that we can't have because we're dairy free, and gave me all this stuff. So
nice.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm famous for my cocoa bar.
I love doing a cocoa bar too.
It's the best
It's a
thing.
coffee cocoa bar, and I added an espresso machine to it too.
Oh my gosh. Insane. And you know what? Candace, our friend, is the one that started us on the cocoa bar like years ago.
She did.
But I don't think she expected it would get as out of hand.
It's an entire counter. Now, I know it is at your house.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Like, I know. So when I suggest people do it, they're probably like, well, I don't have a whole section of my kitchen to dedicate to this.
Well,
it's all about what's important to you. Do you really need a place for pots and pan storage? Or do you need a
pans
cocoa
are
bar?
out, cocoa bars in.
Oh my gosh.
We're so
stupid. Don't get rid of your pots and pan storage, because you know what? Teaching kitchen skills to our kids is a hands-on approach, and it's a practical approach to education that extends well beyond just making meals. It teaches a sense of responsibility. It fosters independence as they learn skills and cook more and more on their own. It's also an opportunity to blend various subjects seamlessly, from math during measurement and fractions to science and understanding chemical reactions in baking, and even cultural studies by exploring diverse cuisines. We had a unit study episode just last week, and like cooking, that's a great unit study idea.
Absolutely. And beyond the academic, your kids can gain so many life skills like following instructions, time management, and organization. If you think about it, there's a lot that goes into cooking, and this may be second nature for you because you've been doing it so long, but these skills are not intuitive. But thankfully, homeschooling gives you so much extra time with your kids to teach these skills. And it's really a perfect way to bond as a family, encouraging teamwork as everyone works together. And speaking of family, it's also a great way to share traditions and stories. I love when my parents tell me stories of Cuba and foods that they grew up with as we sit down to enjoy that traditional Cuban recipe or learn the way that our family has done things through generations. Now it's our turn to pass on these traditions to our children. So let's talk about the essential skills. So what are some essential skills that kids should have a good grasp on in the kitchen?
Mastering fundamental kitchen skills can set a strong foundation for kids to become confident and capable in the kitchen. Here are some different essential skills. One would be knife skills, and this is a really important one because you do need to learn how to safely handle and use knives. Kids should learn how to properly hold a knife, some basic cutting techniques, and knife safety to chop, slice, and dice ingredients. I bought a chopper last year that I ended up buying that everybody scrambles to use because they love to put everything in there. And we've also learned different ways to cut onions. I love the internet for information that you might not have known.
Nice. Another essential skill is measuring and math. You have to be able to use these fundamental skills in cooking, and kids should learn how to measure ingredients using measuring cups and spoons and understanding fractions and work with recipes that involve different measurements.
Yeah, there's a difference between cooking and baking. Like, what do they say? Baking is science. It's all about combining ingredients to create a chemical reaction, whereas cooking is really putting things together and warming up food.
Right.
Another essential skill would be stovetop safety. Teaching kids how to safely use the stovetop is essential. They should learn how to adjust heat levels. I've got a gas stove, so I had to teach everybody how to turn on the gas without just letting the gas go forever and ever before you spark it. They need to use pot holders, understand basic stovetop and oven safety to prevent burns and accidents. I show everybody my wrist burns from doing that in the oven. Tell you not to do it that way.
The next one on the list is reading recipes. Reading and following a recipe is a valuable skill, and kids should learn how to read and comprehend that, follow the step-by-step instructions, and understand the importance of accurate measurements and timing.
Yeah, if you can read, you can cook, right?
Right.
And get your cookbook out. The other essential skill would be food safety and hygiene. That's probably one of the most important ones. Teaching kids about washing their hands, proper food handling, understanding basic hygiene in the kitchen is crucial. They should also learn about cross-contamination, proper storage of food, importance of clean cooking surfaces and tools. This is where we talk about meat temperatures, maybe with meat thermometer, and, kind of show them some charts on that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. And on your Finding Balance in Your Home and Homeschool episode, we talked about teaching your kids to help with chores. We discussed how to make a grocery list and a budget and shop for ingredients. We even created a detailed menu planner you can download from our website. I'll link it in the show notes. But mastering all these basic essential kitchen skills will not only equip your kids with practical skills, but it will also instill a sense of pride and a lifelong love for cooking.
Yeah.
So just a reminder that this is a weekly episode. We drop one every Thursday morning just for you. And if you have any additional ideas or comments, please come and comment on our Facebook page, on the episode thread, or send us an email at info@btdthomeschool.com. We'd really love to hear from you.
So knowing how to cook some fundamental dishes can be incredibly useful, as I mentioned earlier, especially when your kids are heading off to college. So what are some essential things that everyone should know how to cook?
Well, we kind of put together a list of 10 essential dishes that can serve as a foundation for various cooking skills. So, this may vary in your house and depending on what kind of things you guys like to cook and make for your family. But number one would be pasta. Being able to cook pasta opens the door to countless dishes. It's versatile. It's a simple staple. And I know you can buy pasta in the 90-second microwave packs, but it's not hard to learn how to boil water and put your pasta in and cook it yourself.
For sure.
The second one would be eggs. Mastering the art of cooking eggs, scrambled, fried, boiled, offers a quick, nutritious meal for any time of the day. Remember when we used to have our Adventure Kids Club and Jen taught all of our kids how to make an omelet?
That has been such a gift to our family. My kids love making omelets.
Yeah, and my kids made them, well, they still do, but for years, omelet making, all of our kids probably in our group were the official egg maker in our family.
Yeah, and often I create an omelet station here.
Yeah.
I just cut up mushrooms and onions and peppers and all the things, and I just put them in this compartment pan I have in the fridge, and the kids will just pull out and start making their own omelet. They're a fancy hotel.
Oh my gosh, now I kind of want an omelet right now.
Okay, the next thing on the list is rice. Learning to cook rice is a fundamental skill for many cuisines. I'm Cuban and it's a staple in the Cuban cuisine. I have graduated from the stovetop to the super fancy Japanese rice cooker that I love, but knowing how to make rice on the stove is a skill that everyone should have.
Oh, absolutely. Making soup. Making a basic soup teaches the principles of building flavors, and it can be easily adapted with various ingredients. I often make a vegetable soup at the end of the week that really is just clearing things out of my produce drawer. But
yeah, there's so many variations you can do with that.
And who doesn't love soup?
Right.
Like everybody likes soup.
Everybody loves. I eat soup year round.
I
I'm
do
always
too.
surprised when I hear people say that they only make it in the wintertime.
I know my husband really is not a summer soup person. But I mean, he also eats whatever I put on the table.
It's just easy in the Instant Pot, bam. Done.
Yeah.
The next one on the list is stir fry. And stir fries are an easy and quick way to throw a meal together with tons of variations. And understanding stir frying techniques opens the door to quick and healthy meals forever.
Yep. Salad dressing. Creating your own salad dressings introduces the basics of emulsification, flavor balancing, gets you using a lot of different herbs and ingredients. I make all my own salad dressings. I always have. I love finding new and interesting ways to make different things. And, there's all kinds of variations you can do just like on a basic vinaigrette that you can upgrade. And I make my own ranch. I love salad dressing.
Yeah, those are fun. The next one on the list is homemade pizza. Making pizza from scratch teaches the basics of baking and flavor combinations. A homemade pizza crust is really a simple recipe with just a couple of ingredients. My son has a favorite that he makes all the time, and my mom had it, and she's like, oh my gosh, how do you make this? And he went and stayed with them for a few days, and he made it and taught her, and they had a lot of fun bonding in the kitchen.
Oh, I love that. And there's so many different toppings and all that you can use. I feel like I searched for years to go through different pizza crust recipes. I don't think I ever did find the one. So maybe Cameron can come stay at my house and and just make them for me.
I don't even know how he does it. I know that he has like it's just basically flour, yeast.
I know it's not,
warm water. It's super simple.
But everybody also has their specific, way that they like their pizza, like thin and crispy, or a pan, or like a full crust, or more doughy than not. So some of that's personal preference.
This gets
too.
food on the table.
Yeah. Another one is like a basic roast chicken. Roasting a whole chicken is a skill that can lead to various meals from there. Like I make all my own chicken broth and also different chicken recipes with a basic roasted chicken. And it's a classic comfort food.
It is. Have you ever done it on the can of beer?
Yep, I've done that. I've also done, Jamie Oliver has a milk chicken. It sounds gross.
It does.
But you cook it in milk and it ends up being like the moistest, it's delicious.
You said moist.
Moist.
The next one on the list is a grilled cheese sandwich. It's a simple yet satisfying dish that you can make in a pinch on a low budget. When kids learn how to make this, it helps them understand heat control, and you can really get creative and make gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches. We get kind of crazy. All kinds of things we can do with this.
Yeah, and I love grilled cheese and soup dinner. I would love to eat that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. And then the last one is baked goods, like muffins or cookies. Understanding the basics of baking allows for sweet treats or breakfast options, and it teaches precise measurements and oven skills. And we mentioned in another episode, I can't even remember which one now, that one of the ways I had read a suggestion of getting kids interested in cooking was to buy, even if you don't normally cook like this, if you like to make a lot of things from scratch, but just buying boxed cake mix, cookie mix, leaving it in the pantry. Don't even say anything, just buy that stuff. And you'll eventually have kids who will be like, ooh, I want to make this. And you're like, go ahead. Just follow the instructions on the box. And that's a way that a lot of people kind of get kids into cooking on their own.
Yeah, that's how I started. I was really young, like maybe 7 or 8 when I started using those.
Yeah, and they're great. And the instructions are right there on the box. They've got pictures, they've got everything is right there. So, like I said, even if that's not normally how you would want to make your cookies or anything, that's a great starting point.
It sure is. All of these dishes that we mentioned cover a range of cooking techniques and ingredients, and teaching them can provide a solid foundation for both beginners and those looking to expand their culinary skills. We didn't talk about grilling, but that's a great skill too. I've not quite yet mastered that one myself.
And no, a lot of people like to make that the dad skill. My husband does not grill. And my kids were watching a TikTok. They're like, what do you buy your dad for Christmas if he doesn't have a beard and he doesn't grill and he doesn't play golf? And it was really funny. So,
and there's no husband in this house, so
I know. So like
neither
the grilling,
one of us.
I know nobody's ever going to learn how to grill in either of our families.
That's so true. And after you finish listening to this episode, be sure to visit our website. We're going to write up all of the show notes and have links to everything that we're talking about, so it's just really easy for you to access and reference. Every week, I like to create free resources that complement that episode, so be sure to sign up to our newsletter so you don't miss any of that exclusive content. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, we would love it if you went out there and gave us a thumbs up or even comment on the episode thread. Over the years, we've used a lot of resources to help teach our children how to cook, and some of them were fantastic and some of them were not so great. We wanted to share some of our favorites with you. So, Nicole, what are some of our favorite cookbooks for kids?
Well, several of our recommendations are cookbooks that cater specifically to kids, and they can make cooking both educational and fun. Some of them may have engaging pictures and more step-by-step kind of instructions, but these are some of our favorites for engaging recipes in a kid-friendly approach. Number one would be The Complete Cookbook for Young Chefs, and it's by America's Test Kitchen, which America's Test Kitchen is like the gold standard for cooking. I think I got Cooks Illustrated magazine for years. I love everything that they put out. And, you know, that's what they do. They test recipes like multiple times. This cookbook is known for its detailed instructions, its emphasis on teaching cooking technique, and it offers a wide range of recipes suitable for different skill levels.
And the next one on the list is Kid Chef Bakes by Lisa Huff. And this one focuses on baking, and it provides simple, delicious recipes, and it really encourages kids with clear instructions and visuals. And that's really important to me. I'm a visual person. I got to see it.
Right, especially when it comes for baking. You know, you want to like look through and you want to see that delicious, chocolatey, moist thing that they're peeling apart here. It looks delicious and you want it right now. Let's go make it. Another great one is Cooking Class, 57 fun recipes kids will love to make and eat. This cookbook is designed like a class, so you could actually do this as a, semester-long kind of thing. It guides kids through basic cooking skills and includes recipes for meals and snacks.
The next one is the Disney Princess Cookbook. And who doesn't love Disney princesses?
Right.
It features recipes inspired by Disney princesses. And this book makes cooking an enchanting experience for young chefs with themed dishes and really easy to follow instructions. So cute.
I really wanted the Beauty and the Beast enchanted staff to just do the cooking for me in my
I know, just
kitchen.
Wave your wand and...
Yeah. The unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. This one's perfect for young Harry Potter fans. It includes recipes that are inspired by the series, making cooking magical and engaging. And there's a great butterbeer recipe in there.
Oh, yeah. We've made butterbeer. Have you made it?
Yeah, we have too.
Oh, it's so fun.
It is.
There's also Master Chef Junior Cookbook, bold recipes and essential techniques to inspire young cooks. And this one is based on the popular TV show. This cookbook offers challenging yet really achievable recipes that encourages kids to explore diverse cuisines.
Right. And if you're not already watching that show, cooking shows are a great way to get kids in the kitchen as well. We actually had a friend of a friend who had a kid on that show.
You did?
Yeah,
Aww.
yeah. It was really awesome.
That's fun.
Yeah, so all of these cookbooks not only offer delicious recipes, but they also incorporate educational elements, teaching kids about nutrition, kitchen safety, and the joy of cooking. And they often feature colorful illustrations, like we said, and easy to follow steps. So it helps just make everything enjoyable and accessible for kids.
Yeah, now I'm hungry.
I know, me too.
This was a lot of fun. I hope we've inspired you to get in the kitchen with your kids and empower them with these essential skills that will last a lifetime. Even young toddlers can help by climbing up there and ripping lettuce leaves for a family salad. We had a learning tower, which we loved when my kids were just toddlers, and they would help every single meal prepare. So kids are always more likely to eat dishes that they've had a hand in preparing. So get to cooking.
Yeah, and meanwhile, tune in next week for episode 58. This is the last episode in our high school series. Oh my gosh.
I know, 12
Wow,
episodes.
12 episodes. And we're going to be talking about something we all need a little bit more of, probably time management, organization, stress, and study skills for high schoolers. After this episode, we're going to have only one more to close out 2023. And
Oh my gosh.
I know, and that's going to be a fun one. All about kicking off the new year with board games. Starting in 2024, we're going to be going to a twice a month format. So be sure to tune in because we'll have some great episodes lined up.
We sure do. I can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see you next time.
See ya.
Cheers!
Be sure to check us out on our website at btdthomeschool.com, as in been there, done that, btdthomeschool.com. You can join our mailing list and get news and updates on future podcasts, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at the BTDT Been There, Done That Homeschool Podcast.